Well, hello for absolutely the first time tonight, everyone. It's been a long time. Life has been, um, let's just put it this way. Playing a game about everyone struggling not to die because of some horrific killer is a nice release. It's a nice downtime for how crazy life has been, for me at least. But it's good to see everyone. I was just saying last time I saw folks was like in person this summer at JuiceCon. My, how time flies. Hey, let us let me introduce the game first. That sounds smart. Just briefly introduce the game, and then we can go around and y'all can introduce yourselves and your characters. So this is a game called Survive. It is based on Powered by the Apocalypse, so it's a hack of that system, which we enjoy. And it is designed to tell kind of tropey 80s, 90s horror movie kind of stories. So kind of like Until Dawn meets Night of the Living Dead meets Blair Witch in this case. So everyone is playing various different horror movie tropes. Horror movie tropes have their own special moves and some cool stuff that they can do. And then every character has their own special internal truth, which helps to provide guidance around why they're motivated to survive. It could be they're motivated by revenge or by love or by obligation to someone else or getting to the truth or whatever it happens to be. So everyone has their external characteristics and then their internal truth. It is much like Alas for the Awful Sea in that way, which is another Powered by the Apocalypse hack, which we enjoy. Cool. Yeah. And it's a game I wrote, but I don't remember how to play. So hopefully, folks all have the PDF open and we can, make some good judgment calls, look up rules. And if we get stuck, we'll just make stuff up on the fly. And then I'll add them retroactively to the rules. So we're always right. If by any chance you are curious or want to take a look or use it, it's designed for, relatively short one-shot games. Everything you need is in a single PDF. Not a lot of rules to learn. Just hop on over to our Discord and grab a copy and say hi while you're there. Cool. All right. Let's introduce ourselves. Let's start with Chev.
Hey everybody, I'm Chev. Today I am going to be playing the role of Douglas Nofin, a somewhat nerdy skeptic who is obsessed with, figuring out the truth in all forms, even though there might be a couple truths that he would rather didn't come to light tonight. He is here not because he believes in any of the ghost stuff, but because he thinks that this is going to be a great opportunity to prove people wrong.
All right. Sin.
Hi, I'm Sin or Sinful __ potato here on Twitch. I am playing Absidy, no last name, who is the next popular. And she's just here to cause chaos and be incredibly annoying. And maybe die first.
Maybe.
Misha.
You're Misha.
Oh, yes. I'm Misha _lesson3 here on Twitch. I am playing Raven Ross, the weirdo trope. She's all about this. She's definitely a witch, also, like, for real. Definitely. And has heard about this place and is here to prove to Douglas that everything is real. Not that she likes him or anything.
Okay, cool. Well, here is Moth Island, a small little spot just off the eastern seaboard of the United States, somewhere vaguely New Englandish. It was at one time, rumors have it, landfall for pirates, for organized crime, maybe like a dumping ground. There's a lot of rumors that surround Moth Island, at least for the locals on the mainland. But Moth Island really came into its fame about 20 years ago when a found footage horror movie took Hollywood by storm. It was a tale of a couple of young, kind of indeterminately young, late teen, early 20s filmmakers who came to Moth Island to investigate the mystery of the Moth Island witch, who apparently used to waylay boats and capture children and, you know, all the stuff that witches are usually accused of doing. Well, those young people disappeared, and all that was ever found of them was the raw footage of them somehow getting lost on a relatively small island, not being able to find shore. Gradually, their relationships breaking down, becoming acrimonious, and then even slightly violent as their minds began to warp. And then, I mean, you never actually saw the monster or the witch or the aliens or whatever it is. There's lots of different theories. But, you know, it was the kind of thing that captured a zeitgeist at the moment and has been rediscovered recently by a whole new generation. And with the rise of kind of paranormal investigators on YouTube, and with the season being rather spoopy, our young folk here have decided that it would be a really cool idea to rent an Airbnb, which just so happens to be an old lighthouse on Moth Island. Are you bringing any paranormal investigation gear?
Well, Raven has candles. She has holy symbols, you know, pentagrams and other cool things that she got at Hot Topic. I assume we still shop there. And, you know, a few old books she found from a variety of sources, whether it's a thrift shop or other places. And chalk. We're going to do a summoning circle and a seance. And anything else that seems reasonable to do.
So old school type of stuff.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what's going to prove everything. I guess we have our phones so we can record anything.
Mm. Well, is Douglas bringing anything to help you bust the myth?
Oh, absolutely. I've got let's see. We're teenagers, right? So we're thoroughly we don't exactly like have money. Okay.
I think that's why AB is here in my mind.
Yeah, I think
AB
is
probably has money.
Yeah, that's the popularity. Probably spraying for the deluxe package.
So I think Douglas has brought a couple like he has a Ring camera system, like, or whatever the equivalent is, but like he clearly took this is like the security system out of somebody's house. And he has like rigged it up and just kind of like taken some duct tape and put some of the cameras on the walls, and like has the control panel just kind of like skewed up or tilted up against something. And he is like hoping that his parents, who are out of town today, are not going to be checking the camera feeds at any point. Like this is that's what he's setting up. And so like he's got the Airbnb Wi-Fi. He finally got a signal, finally got logged in. And so he's like taking the last like finishing touches on setting up the cameras.
Okay. So you got the Rang system off of Temu, $7.99.
Exactly.
Which means it's your parents and also representatives of the Chinese Communist Party who are watching everything. Cool.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that China has proof of ghosts.
There you go. All right, so you're jury rigging some motion detectors and things like that. AB, did you? I think we've established that you're the one with money. Did you spring for the deluxe package, the deluxe Ghost Hunters package?
Oh, definitely. Like, You got everything. You got those weird little things that the boxes that speak to you, and then you got like
Yeah.
these other weird things. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we have a little bit of a montage as we see the characters kind of, duct taping up some stuff, looking at this. At first, it looks like an old, like, sea captain's chest, but then it's pretty clear it's just a kind of painted reproduction, brand new off of Wayfair. But it is packed with video cameras with night vision and infrared lights. You've got the light up cat toys. You've got the dinghy bell that spirits are supposed to talk to. You've got your REM pod. You've got your spirit box and your Vic Firth cans to, like, you can listen to the spirit box without hearing anything around, and you can answer on behalf of the spirits, and your face mask. You've got like laser grid, the little light up tripwire thing. So you've got like this whole stack of stuff, and there's like a little kind of stapled together pamphlet that very poorly explains the operation of all this ghost hunting gear, most of which is just repurposed other stuff, like literally cat toys and stuff. But some of it is legit, if you believe in ghost hunting. And then, just kind of unpacking, looking out the window, a little bit of a flashback as you all boarded the little tender boat that takes you back from the mainland over to the island. Of course, the captain, it's probably just like a regular dude. And at first was very just like, oh yeah, welcome aboard. Oh yeah, put your stuff here. And then sort of like seemed to remember that he's like, oh wait, you're ghost hunting out on Moth Island, and then kind of put on a little bit of a really bad sea dog accent and started kind of trying to, oh yeah, something goblins. And it's like, no, there's no goblins. It's a witch, supposedly. And he's like, oh yeah, that's right. It's the witch. And she, like, I don't know, sank some boats or something. Yeah. So clearly not well practiced, but at least tries to put on a little bit of a spooky air. Mm-hmm. Drops you off at the pier, hands you the keys, lets you know that there's no landline, and that depending upon whether a cell reception can be a little bit spotty, but you should be fine. He'll be back in the morning to pick you up. And he'll be sure to bring some donuts or something for you, so you don't even have to worry about that. Beware the witch or something. And then motors on off. We get a little bit of an establishing shot kind of behind you as if from the water, as we see these three young people kind of looking up from the dock or the pier up this kind of windy, partly sandy, scrubby, slightly rocky path to this little promontory where a legitimately spooky looking lighthouse sits. And as far as you know, with the exception of rumors of ruined houses and things somewhere in the kind of scrubby woods on the interior of the island, this is the only livable structure. That illusion of spookiness is somewhat allayed as you walk in and can see it's all been done in, cheapo Michaels seascapes in cheap frames, lots and lots of like sand dollar art and things here and there. So it's very beachy. But, whatever. Should be relatively comfortable. It smells a little bit damp. It's a little bit cool with the stone. But yeah. Now we've got AB cracking open the extra special spirit investigator gear, Douglas taping things up. And what is Raven doing?
Probably fake saging the area, because you shouldn't actually sage anything if you're not buying it from indigenous people. But we might as well make it smell different than musty mold stuff. I assume that this is getting in the way of everybody else because I keep throwing herbs and salts around on the floor as part of the ritual.
Oh, right. Just sort
Yeah.
of like tossing
Yeah.
stuff here and there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're practiced, right? I mean, well, sort of.
Sort of.
You obviously think that you're practiced.
Yes.
Is there a is there a move that you would like to take?
Well, I think this would probably I can tie in voices from beyond probably with just to investigate the situation. What's this house looking like? Where are where's the witch? What are the spirits? Surely they're around here somewhere.
Well, I would say take the move and then decide if
Yeah.
you want to spend one of your 2 sanity points on the extra effect. So you're doing a move with smarts, but instead you're using spooky.
Spooky. It's super spooky. I got 10 on the dice, which my spooky stat is 12.
Oh, excellent. So that is going to be a full success,
Yeah.
which means you're going to find something useful for surviving the horror and gain a survivor point.
That's nice.
I think you are saging kind of around the little fireplace.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Douglas or AB have yelled at you about like filling the place up with smoke. So you're kind of just like trying to let it clear out. And you notice that it seems to be building up in the fireplace, like maybe the flue was blocked, and you had planned as part of the seance tonight to light a fire, at least put a bunch of candles in the fireplace. So it occurs to you that it's a good idea to like double check and make sure like the flue is open. Your dad has probably done that at your vacation cabin or whatever. So you kind of, following the smoke, reach up, find a handle and grab it, and are kind of yanking on it. Doesn't seem to want to give. And then with a really loud, kind of piercing squeal that I think probably startles Douglas on the little stepladder, makes AB drop a bunch of cat toys that kind of sparkle, and the lights go off as they roll across the floor. You yank it open, and there's a kind of a thud and then a poof of dust. And what you thought at first was like just cinders and stuff from the interior or just dust is actually like, what is that? Is that leaves? Oh no. It's like dozens or hundreds of moths. Dead, dried. And it seems that whatever was up in the flue is a little kind of leather wrapped pouch, as if it was sitting there blocking, and then the moths kind of accumulated on top of it. And then when you freed it, it all kind of splashed out into the fireplace. But yeah, leather wrapped bundle of some kind.
Whoa. Gross. I grabbed the
Raven, what
leather
are-
wrapped bundle.
Raven,
in
what are you
here.
doing over there?
I was opening the flue, Douglas.
Why
call
why
you
are
Doug?
why are you doing that? We don't need that. We don't need a fire. We're just here to not find ghosts.
First of all, why wouldn't we need a fire? Like, even if we don't find ghosts, which we will, because people died on this island, we could have like a campfire.
But
Obviously.
we're indoors.
Second of all, we definitely need to light candles and stuff. And it didn't seem to like be making the smoke go out, and then all this stuff fell out. Like moth. Like a lot of them. Like the witch of this island, the moth island.
Are you
Here they
sure they're
are.
moths? I mean, maybe they're just flies, or like. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. It's probably nothing. Don't worry
I
about
grab the biggest one I can find and hold it right in front of him, like
it.
right
No,
in his
that's not.
face.
That's not a.
Is
I think it's
this
a butterfly.
not a moth?
You,
All right,
you
a
hold up
moth
a
is just a
giant,
butterfly of the night.
it's a giant moth wing intact. And as you're holding it, the camera sees, as you hold it out for Douglas to see, the camera sees it almost as if a side of your face is obscured. And the black spot, the sparkly black spot, which represents the eye in its wing, is right over your eye, making it look momentarily like you have a weird, cracked, veiny side of a face with a big, giant black eye. It's a little spooky. And Douglas, it's for sure a moth.
Oh yeah, 100%. I just don't want to admit, not in front of Raven, that I was wrong about something.
It'd be so embarrassing for everyone.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hold it in front of you, so the camera gets its cool spooky shot.
Would you?
It's definitely a moth.
Okay, fine. Maybe it's a moth. Whatever. What does it matter?
Well, it's weird that there's a bunch of them in the fireplace. Maybe there's like a weird moth-based ritual. Also, I toss the moth aside, which is a little rude because it seems pretty delicate.
Yeah, you like put it aside, and like before it even hits the little end table, it just breaks apart into kind of charcoaly grayish black flakes.
I don't notice this. This seems like the best thing to do. And I'll grab the there's something, a bundle or something wrapped in leather. Yeah, I'm going to grab that and unbundle it, take a peek.
Cool. This is all an extended portion of your roll. You could spend one of your 2 sanity points to get a vision. You don't have to, but you could.
Could. I don't remember the consequences of losing all my sanity.
The consequence of losing all your sanity is you become an NPC under my control and make very bad decisions for a period of time until you have an opportunity to gain a sanity point. The good news is one of the ways you can gain a sanity point is by running amok. So it's usually one scene that you're crazy, and then if you survive and don't run off a cliff or directly into the arms of a waiting monster, you're probably fine.
We're playing with East Coasters. I love taking a sanity point of damage. We gotta move things along.
Cool. So as you unwrap this, it's like before your brain even has a chance to really process this little poppet that you find wrapped up in leather, you and Douglas and AB definitely see this as she kind of sways and like puts her hand on the back of the couch and throws her head back up and the eyes roll back. You get this like almost time lapse, as if you're here in the house and you see moving really quickly some young people coming in. They're carrying camera equipment. They're eating at the table. They're laughing. They're joking. Suddenly it's night and you see one of them with a light kind of looking around, kind of looking out the window and just standing there looking out the window for what seems like forever. You are standing there and you see them leave. You see them come back. You see them leave. They come back. You're seeing the day and night cycle going very quickly. They come back. It's only 2 of them. But they're carrying something foul in a bag. They sit and rock and don't talk to each other and then cry and hug and then argue. The one who was looking out the window comes down at night and leaves, comes back, seems different. They don't argue anymore. And then everything gets crazy. Like there's stuff flying around. Suddenly there's blood everywhere. And you see one of the young people wounded somehow, like cradling one of their arms. And time slows down to almost normal speed. You see them muttering to themselves as they piece together this thing, and then with their good hand kind of wrap it up and shove it up the flue of the fireplace. So you receive disjointed, disturbing visions. It is a, it's kind of a Mothman. Like it's a somewhat humanoid figure. But it has kind of stylized moth wings. Little kind of red pins for eyes. And its legs are fingers. Like dried, severed fingers.
Ew.
Or a reasonable facsimile thereof, right?
That
Oh my
thing.
gosh, Raven, why would you even touch that? That's so gross. With your bare hands too? Ew.
I didn't know what was in that chimney.
You found
Holy
it
crap.
in a chimney. Like, it wasn't going to be good.
What? Why would... How many terrible things do you pull out of chimneys?
How many good
Like-
things do you pull out of chimneys?
It should just be ash, and not moths, and not this weird little Mothman. I assume that at this point we've gathered around to look at it.
Yeah.
Now, does this look like any of the like iconography or like anything from the movie? Like, do we recognize this doll?
Oh, yes. Well, you, I think, are, whether you have told anyone or not, you probably have seen the movie. Maybe you're watching it to figure it out, see where it is that they, looking for obvious signs of they faked it. And were maybe a little disappointed that you weren't able to. Then again, they didn't really show anything. It was all like suggested. I think you can also investigate. So that's roll plus smart.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. Roll plus smart. 2d6, and my character sheet. There we go. Oh no. 6 total.
Oh. That's not good.
No. Let me see. On a miss, I lose 1 sanity point.
Yeah. You find nothing of use. So I think what you, because you have seen the movie. So I think what you remember is there were scenes where the young filmmakers were lost in the interior of the island. There was a scene where they came across this like dead grove of trees that had these strange poppets hanging from the trees. And I think you remember, even in spite of yourself, being kind of spooked out. But those don't resemble this at all. And this has a real, I think what accounts for the sanity point loss is this has a real vibe to it. Like, it's not spooky. Like, ooh, it's a creepy talking doll. It's like serious in a way,
Mhm.
especially with the fingers, because those look like people fingers.
Yeah.
Like, this is some bad stuff. And whether you believe in the supernatural or not, like, something bad happened to at least one person to make this. So I think that sets you off kilter.
Yeah. There's like I'm like leaning over it in I'm kind of picturing that like we dragged like a side table or like the dining room table over. We all like kind of like hovered over it, and I think I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out like I'm looking for the evidence that it's fake. Like, oh, that's clearly rubber or that's anything else. And I think that like in addition to everything that you were saying, also there's like a frustration because I can't figure out how it's done.
Yeah. You poke at the flesh and it's like, that's not rubber.
Yeah, it's like, no, no. See, Raven, look here. There's no seam. There's no. Yeah, there would be there like the cut here. It would be. He's looking like the color straining out of his face. Hey, hey, Abby. Did you bring remember you said you were gonna bring some like food and drinks and stuff for for our ghost hunt or anything? Did you what all did you bring? And he's like trying to look everywhere but at the thing on the table.
Yeah, I totally brought like all the cool snacks. I left them in the car actually, but like, you got all the, fizzy pops that are all the rage these days, those things. And then you got like these super hot Cheetos or twig things that you gotta like, they're so hot. I heard that Billy burnt his finger on it.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. I mean, why like Abby, why I told you like we need to not leave it in the car again. Like remember when like we were all went to the insane asylum like a month ago because somebody said they heard they got some good EVP footage or good EVP recordings out there, and then we went and then like you like again. Okay. Well, like I mean, we've got this. We've got all this stuff set up. I mean, like, are we just gonna like what are we doing with this? Like, Raven, you found it. What are we doing with this thing?
Like, we should commune with it.
With
Obviously.
with the finger thing you found in the chimney?
Yes.
No, I think we should just start a fire and put that in it.
Whoa.
Like,
no.
I mean, because it was in
can't-
the chimney, that was going to happen to it anyway.
No, that's not how flues work. It was in the flue. Someone put it there on purpose. They stuffed it up there.
Oh, so then it was probably It's probably a prank. One of the Airbnb guests from previous times. They must have left it.
It didn't
Like-
look like a prank. It looked
Like-
pretty serious.
Like, don't you know the first thing of like ghost hunting? Any like weird artifact thing you don't burn because it could be attached to a spirit and then suddenly the spirit is attached to you? Like, duh.
Thank you, AB. That's exactly the point. If we commune with the spirit that's in this gestures at the very creepy moth doll with human fingers, then we can learn more about what happened.
We'll just learn more about nothing happening inside of the chimney. There's no spirit. It's just all it does is sit. It just sat there, covered in dead moths. Ooh, I spent a year covered in moths. Very spooky.
Shut up, I say to Douglas.
Spooky. He's like going over into the kitchen to grab a drink. Like spooky moths.
just watching that puppet thing out of the corner of your eye going.
Oh yeah, it is not leaving my sight. Like I am like leaning over into like with the cooler that we brought, grabbing some soda. It's just like I'm not letting my eye off that thing.
Well, AB, you were in the, you know, before all this distraction, you were going through the ghost hunting equipment left behind. And there is a little like ghost hunter journal from folks who have visited the island and stayed in the lighthouse before. And a lot of it is like, oh, well, it was fun, whatever, didn't see anything. Some of it's like, oh, you got to go to this part of the island. There's a stack of rocks and we got a really weird vibe around it. You know, kind of various. But what strikes you is one very clear message. It isn't attributed, like they didn't sign it, but they said, I'm honestly not sure what happened. I don't think we'll be coming back. Be sure to film everything. And something about that, those like short sentences, the kind of like intentional, dark, blocky writing, like sticks out in your mind. What do? You got a couple of hours, an hour or so ish before it gets dark. Got an entire island. Various parts of the, I mean, right now you're just on the probably first and second floor of the lighthouse, because the little bunky bedrooms are up on the second floor. You know, there's a staircase that goes up to the actual light itself, which hasn't operated in years. What do you do?
He would probably like start setting up the cameras then. Weird person in the book said so, because you know why not? And it's less work to do later.
Yeah, I think there's one kind of it's a modern version of the old camcorder, you know, that like opens like a clamshell so you can see the screen. And that's the one that has an obvious button on it that says night vision, and it's got one of those clip-on cold shoe lights, and you turn it on and turn it off and turn it on and turn it off. It's like, is this thing broken? And then you see the sign on it that it's infrared. That's clearly the night vision one. And then there are some definitely Temu action cams. You know, they're 4K, but they're meant to be, they even have little clips, so they're meant to be like clipped onto your clothes. There's 3 of those, and then you've got your night vision camera. And then you got the Ring cameras that Douglas has put up. And where do you have those cameras pointed, Douglas?
Ooh, I was not. So I have those pointed at like the inside of the room in like the main area we'll be staying. So
Okay.
not like where we're sleeping, but in like the main like living kitchen area. Because I'm pretty sure that if anything happens, it's gonna be like Raven trying to fool us all, or like Abby trying to do I don't know what. Like it's gonna be one of us here is gonna be the one who is causing us to be spookified, and I want to see it. I want to catch him in the act.
Cool
Yeah, I
prank.
think-
I just presume last time that AB actually did some pranks in the insane asylum and got us all spooked.
Yeah. paid some unemployed college kids to rattle some doors. Yeah, so I think with a couple of cameras you can cover like a fair amount of the kitchen, and then the bottom part of the spiral staircase going up with one angle, and then another angle you can cover like most of the living room, including the front door. And that's really all that's down on the first floor is kind of a kitchenette with a little dining area off to the side, and then like one big kind of curvy main sitting room with a couple of windows next to a door. Cool. And you got those plugged into your laptop?
Yeah, I think I've got them set up on a laptop. And once I'm like confident that like okay, this is all working, I got those set up, and I think Douglas really wants to go check out the top of the lighthouse. That's
Oh.
going to be like one of the like he definitely wanted to make sure he did this like while he was here, kind of things.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna head up to the top of the lighthouse. AB, you're still messing with the stuff. Are you keeping a camera? Are you handing out cameras? Are you placing any of the other? I mean, within reason, you have everything, like all the ghost hunting stuff that you can buy on Amazon is in that box. So I'm just curious what you're doing with it.
So there's 3 kind of like body cams, so I'll just give one to Doug and one to Raven and put one on just so that, it's proof that none of us are doing anything spooky. Ooh.
Yeah. And then are you keeping the night vision cam?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Cool. All right. So now, AB, Douglas is clearly being Douglas, right? Not taking anything seriously. Raven is clearly being Raven, taking everything seriously. Do you have any plans? Because remember, one of the core moves is the ability to influence people. So like, are you happy with the way your little group is reacting? Do you want them to treat it like it's more fun? Do you want them to be more serious? Is there any way that you would like to kind of exercise your social influence to provoke them, persuade them, flirt with someone, try to confront someone for being, a horrible stick in the mud or a total Looney Tunes? You don't have to. I'm just saying that is consistent with your trope, is to, exercise a little bit of social leverage.
Probably pull Douglas aside before he wanders off to do whatever. Be like, you could totally be more chill and hang out a bit more with Raven. She's just really into this stuff, and I think you should be more into it too. It'd just be so much better if you two got so much more along. And just pretend to be scared if it's not scary. Dude, read the room.
Do you remember do you remember when we went to the amusement park when Raven said, "Hey, let's go," and they said that the Tilt-A-Whirl was haunted and we were gonna go. It was right before they closed for the night, and we decided to all go on the rides, and then you said hey Douglas, you should be chill, and I was trying to be chill, and I was just telling Raven about how hey, if you just stop thinking about these crazy ideas, everything will be people will be more friendly with you. I was just trying to give her some friendly advice, and And then she just started yelling at me. Like, that's the last time I followed your advice. It just did not go very well. I don't think you should be giving me advice about Raven again, because I don't think you really know her, because the last advice you gave me was bad.
Look, I get it. You're a guy. Guys don't really understand girl stuff, okay? Sometimes you gotta be more girl to understand the girl, you know? You
But
get it?
no, I don't. I don't get it. I mean, why would I want to, like, she just is always like right about everything, and she's always like so sure that, like, yeah, this spirit box is actually telling us about, like, the ghost wanted to listen to this radio station, and this is definitely real, guys. Like, it's all nonsense. Why would I want to be chill with that?
Because Raven is our friend, and we want her to be happy. Very, very happy. You know, it's very good when our friends are happy.
I'll try. I'll try, okay? Like, I'm this is the last time that I take your advice, AB. But I'll give it a try. I'll try to be
Good.
calmer with Raven.
All right. Well, let's see. AB, roll up and influence another. So roll plus social, and we'll see what the mechanics of this move are.
So that's an 11.
Ooh, wow. Very well done. So if, Douglas, you follow AB's suggestion and are a little bit more accommodating and cooperative with Raven, then you will gain a survivor point
I think.
by being a good guy. But you don't
Yeah.
get it until you make a definitive action or call a scene in which that's happening. But your first scene is going to be up on the top, unless you would like to, I don't know, bring Raven with you or whatever. So right now we have a scene called of you at the top of the lighthouse.
Yes.
Are there any other people that need to be in that scene, or are there any other scenes we need to put in the list?
I think. Ooh.
I was thinking Raven was going to follow you upstairs, actually.
Okay.
Because I think Raven's just sort of casing the lighthouse, and before it gets dark, you'll get a good view of the island and the layout and stuff like that. And that just happens to be where Douglas is. So
Yeah.
weird.
Right.
It's definitely nothing to read into it.
Okay, well, we'll have a scene with Douglas and Raven at the top of on the little widow's walk around the exterior of the lighthouse. You're up high enough that there's a nice kind of bracing breeze. The sun is low. The air is relatively cool coming off the Atlantic, but you've got the warmth of the sun, so it's a little bit of a, I don't know, bracing experience of cool air and warm sun. The island is not what you would call super picturesque. The trees are mostly stunted. There's lots of like twisted undergrowth, with the exception of a couple of paths. It's kind of hard to get through. Most of the island, the easiest path is to kind of walk around the shore. Although there are significant chunks of the shore you can see that are pretty rocky. But you're looking across the center of the island. Seems like it has a bit of a dip in it. And you're even just kind of starting to see the barest wisps of some sort of low-lying mist starting to form in what is probably like a wetland, kind of brackish, swampy area kind of towards the center of the island. And you're at the top of the tallest structure, which rests on the highest part of the island. So you really have as panoramic a view as you can get. What happens in the scene?
Ooh. I think it opens up with Douglas is like looking out. He's kind of like leaning out over the railing and he's looking around at different spots around the island. And what he's really doing is trying to he's looking at where they filmed everything basically. Like, oh, that scene must have been over there and that must have been over there. And so he's not really like looking in anything in particular, but he's more like for his own satisfaction fleshing out the verifying yeah, this was all a movie. I can see the signs of this all being a movie. Like scene 3 was right over there. And I think that when he hears Raven coming up behind them, he's as she comes up the stairs, he's looks behind him. He's like, look, you can see where they their last stand was. It was that last scene in the movie when the last person disappeared. Like you can almost see the tree from that scene, right over there.
And then Raven kind of squints, looks over there, and is like, "Oh yeah, I can see. The energy looks bad over there too."
Oh, the energy looks bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your eyes, just energy. They can see it.
Indeed, it does look bad over there. It really feels, Raven, like something or someone is just inside the tree line. And you're suddenly very aware that you and Douglas are backlit by the sky, and anyone pretty much anywhere on the island would be able to see you. You feel very exposed.
Yeah. Raven says.
We even have a smash cut to somewhere just inside the woods. We can see the twisted branches, a little bit of bracken, and then we see these two silhouetted figures up at the top of the lighthouse.
You can see me pointing off at the distance, almost right at the person who's hiding, but kind of like 50 feet to the right almost.
And then it does that thing where... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, and Raven looks directly at where the person's hiding and is super concerned.
I mean, did you see all that equipment down there that AB found? This place is this is kind of weird here. That's a lot of stuff that they left around just for I don't know, people to use while they're sleeping here at the lighthouse. I think this whole thing is just somebody set up an Airbnb experience, and they left the stuff that you found in the chimney. They left all this other stuff. They dressed up the island so that forest looks really spooky, or that swamp looks really spooky, and just this is all an act. None of this is real. I think this is another dud. I don't think this investigation is going to turn up anything.
Listen, just because the last 5 haven't really turned up anything, except for those really annoying college students, we're the only ones here, right? That boat guy hadn't brought anybody else up, right?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, there was nobody else on the boat. We didn't see any other boats. We probably can't see the boat from here. It's probably been long enough that he's out of sight. I didn't see anything.
See on the horizon, the mainland. It's from your vantage, seems reasonably close, but it's not the kind of swim you'd want to make.
Hmm. Look at this. We're alone out here. There's nobody else out here. So if anything happens, it's not gonna happen. But if anything happens, then we have our answer, right? can't really blame it on college students sneaking in to get high at the Taco Bell anymore. Like, if we're gonna see anything, this is gonna be the best case. But we're not gonna see anything. So I don't know. This is the end. We're gonna graduate soon. This is the last, ghost hunter experience we're gonna have. Like, I don't know. I just want this to be a fun trip, right?
Yeah, fun trip. Raven is completely and utterly distracted, staring at that scary spot. As a side note, this whole time that you've been talking, that's sort of what she's been thinking about and looking at.
You notice something, Raven. Like, at first you think it's a shadow stepping out of the woods or rising out of the woods. Looks to your mind a bit like a person at first, and then kind of turns into this kind of blackish, dark mist. And then as it rises up, and the sun is just now setting, so it kind of gets, the light, quality of light gets very orangey red all of a sudden. You can see little glints and sparkles as this cloud of moths flies up. Something, I mean, they're relatively far away, but it's almost like you can feel creepy crawlies on your skin, or that moment where you're startled and you feel like prickly all of a sudden as the adrenaline dumps. You get very prickly and shaky all of a sudden as Douglas is going on about, kind of leaning on the railing, going, it's all fine. This is our last trip. It's no big deal. Douglas, would you escape danger for me?
Ooh, I would love to attempt to.
Then it's going to be you're going to spend a survivor point and roll plus swift.
Yeah.
And if you ever run out of survivor points, the next time you face danger, you can't spend the survivor point, which means bad things happen to you.
What am I rolling with?
Is plus swift. Unless your trope defines, some of the tropes define different skills to be used, but the default skill for escape danger is swift.
That is 10 flat.
10 flat. Excellent. You escape unscathed. Now, because this is, I think Raven was too distracted to be able to protect another. Just remember that that as long as you are in a scene with someone and they face danger, you can always act to try to protect them. But I think Raven, instead, I would like you to deny fear, as you have this sense of malevolence kind of directed. You feel it first at you, but then it's almost like it's passing through you. It's almost like you can see little moths flittering around, or like little shadowy echoes flying around. And it seems like in your mind, they maybe give Douglas a little bit of a push as the railing that he's leaning on creaks for a second and then pops, and he starts to totter backwards. A nice, 40-foot fall to the rocky ground below. What'd you get on your deny fear?
I got an 8, so partial success.
Ooh, okay. So you're going to take snag on your next action.
Yes.
All right. I think your next action is going to be to try to pull Douglas up. He has good reflexes. He has caught himself on this now sort of free swinging portion of railing, and is kind of not dangling by his hands, but kind of doubled over it at the midsection, but his feet are kind of kicking out over the open air.
Yeah, that seems safe and good.
Yeah. So I think you should probably act with skill.
Yes.
I think with strong.
Yeah, Douglas, you're gonna die. I'm so sorry. Uh, 1 second. Just checking a few things. Ooh. So I roll 3 and then I take the lowest 2?
Yes. Because of the
Right.
snag.
Right. Yes, because of the snag. Yeah. So that is a 4 on the dice, so that's a 2.
Oh. No es muy bueno.
It's not great. I'm not too sure if re-rolling would help.
It would help because
It would help.
any roll totaling 2 or below is a spotlight failure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So for those who aren't familiar with the system, really, really good rolls and really, really bad rolls are spotlight moments where the camera comes in and is really like highlighting what's going on. You might have some bullet time, you might have some cinematic effects, but this is a meaningful moment that is decisive in the narrative. So you are potentially facing a spotlight failure, which could be very interesting. But
how
we do
are our
have
working?
We do have a major boon if you'd like to just re-roll, but you would have to re-roll with the snag. It would just be a total re-roll.
Yeah, I'll do that. A 4, 3, and 1 isn't the best.
No,
There's got to be a better way to.
It's got to be better, right? Well, hear me out. A 1 still showed up. So now it's a 4 and a 1, which is 5. So that's a 3 on the failure, which is different than a 2 on the failure.
It's not a spotlight failure.
It's just a regular one.
It's just a regular terrible failure, which means things get worse. How do we think things get worse? You don't achieve your objective of pulling him in. I think you also like you're reaching for him, and then the wind kicks up and it kind of blows this kind of, it's not hinged, but it's kind of twisting, and it kind of blows him out further. And as you reach and reach, you're like, oh crap. And very quickly you grab onto a part of the railing or one of the posts that's still attached, and kind of feel yourself sliding out. And now you're definitely hanging off the side with 2 hands around this railing.
It's worse. Everyone's imperiled.
Yeah.
What just happened? Raven, no. Wait, like he can barely
Raven's
keep
just
track.
screaming at this point. This is not her area of expertise.
Well,
Yeah,
so AB, you're just fiddling with the cameras, and you've got the visitor book open to that one message that says film everything. And then you hear screaming, kind of from above, but also kind of from outside. What do you do?
Hey, like, hear me out. Maybe they're having some nice alone time, okay? But maybe that's not how you have some nice alone time.
It's the wrong kind of screaming for nice alone time.
Yeah. So I think like I'm gonna go up and just, see if they're like not dead yet, it's fine, probably.
Cool. So you are going to, now, is the camera on?
Yes.
Okay. So the ring cameras are on. Your body cam is on. Are Douglas and Raven's body cams on? Because you were handed those before you went up.
It depends on whether AB told us to turn them on yet or not. I feel like the answer is yes because of the way the guidebook is.
I feel like AB would have turned them on and then handed them to you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, and then
Okay.
we
Why
would
not?
put them on because
Well,
Yeah.
did Douglas
I think-
did Douglas put it on?
Douglas put it on. If you had not turned it on first, he would not have turned it on.
Okay. So, but AB turned them on. So cool. We've got AB coming up with the camera. We've got you two with your body cams on.
yeah,
and then
so they
we've
can
got
watch
ring
the
cams.
fall in real time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. It'll make a really good showing of the Moth Witch prophecy part 2 or whatever. So yes, you kind of go trundling up, and as soon as you pop your head up through the little trapdoor into the area where the light used to be, now it's just there's like a little lawn chair up there. You can see the glass door out to that widow's walk open, and then you just see Douglas kind of swinging back and forth, barely holding on to this broken piece of railing, and you see the white knuckles of Raven holding on to this post. It looks like it's not a good situation. What do you do?
Like, oh my gosh, guys, when I told you to have a good time, this is not what I meant. Like, oh my
Now is not the
gosh.
time, AB. Pull us up.
Pull us up. Pull us up. Pull us up.
Whatever. Gotta do everything myself.
So you can act with skill with strong, or you could be creative with it. If it's like, I want to look for a rope, that might be act with skill with smart. If it's I want to shout at them so much and annoy them so much that they just climb up on their own, that would be act with skill with social. I think that's probably not realistic, but you can do the obvious thing, which is just like help physically, or be creative if you would like.
Think she would just try to help physically, even though she's not super great at physics.
Cool. Who are you helping first, Douglas or Raven?
Not gonna lie, probably Raven.
Okay. Well, Raven is right now looks like the closest to falling. So go ahead and act with skill with strong. Don't get a 2. Good news is you don't have snag. So
That's an 8.
oh, okay. Well, that's a partial success. So you achieve your objective, but there's a complication. What is a good complication? Oh, I know a good complication. You are pulling Raven up, and the little clip-on body cam kind of snags on the wooden lip and is dislodged. And like, you don't see like exactly where it falls, but you hear a little bit of a psh as it hits some of the scrubby brush outside. Like, it didn't make a cracking noise, but you've now at least temporarily lost that camera. But yes, you pull Raven up. Douglas, you feel like a lurch as this more or less horizontal bar starts to bend. And now you're kind of having to hold on to it so you don't slide off the side. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. Oh, is there... Let me tell you, I'm terrified of heights. So like every now, I'm like doing my best not to look down. And every time I do, I just kind of like whimper a little bit. And it's like I'm trying to like pull myself along with like pull myself closer along the bar, or like, but every time I do, my legs start swinging, and I like think that it feels like I'm going to like fall over even more, like lose balance. Is not a good time. Like, I'm just kind of squirming in midair.
I think we do a
making
deny
like
fear.
sad noises.
I think you're performing under pressure with half your normal sanity. I think that's a perfect time for deny fear. And then if you successfully deny fear, maybe there's other things you can do. But if you don't, well.
Well, I've got a +2 on serious.
Oh, good.
That is a 12 total.
Ooh, well done. So you can act normally. You marshal your sensors to kind of pull yourself up a little bit. Is there a thing you would like to do? You could be skillful with strength or swift, strong or swift.
Yeah, I think
Or you can just
I
wait
am
and
going.
hope that they save you.
Yeah. I so like as I am I realize that like the bar that I'm on is kind of moving, and I'm looking at like where it's holding where like whatchamacallit. I think that I can like swing myself, like if I just kind of like let myself drop a little bit and then swing my legs under, I can get my feet onto the ledge. Like instead of trying to like pull myself over the ledge that I'm like hanging on, can I like go the other way and try and like
Yeah.
get my feet on the ledge?
A little bit of an acrobatic
And
move. You can choose
yeah,
swift or strong for that.
I think Swift, because this feels like not so much a like strength as like a dexterity thing.
Okay.
That is a 6 plus 0 is 6.
Well, that's not fantastic. You do not achieve your objective, and the situation gets worse. So I think you kind of lower yourself down, and it's a good idea because if you can kind of kick a couple times, get a little bit of momentum, you can kind of just like almost, swing yourself onto the little deck. But I think you misunderstood exactly how tenuous the metal rivets are holding this on. So as AB is pulling Raven up and, making sure and probably like, you dropped the camera. Douglas swings back and then you hear a ping. And then the whole thing comes loose and Douglas falls. Douglas, you have one survivor point, right?
Yeah, I do.
I would like you to escape danger.
Hell yes. Roll plus Swift. Survivor points. Oh, this will leave me at 0 survivor points.
Yes.
That is a 6 and a 6.
Oh, that's a spotlight success.
Hell yes.
So, first of all, you survive unscathed, and second of all, you regain a survivor point. So that is really awesome. Which just means you're back at 1 because you had to spend 1 in order to roll.
That's right.
So you get that 1 back effectively. So how is it that you miraculously survive unscathed? And I mean, it can be some bumps and bruises, but in terms of like, we aren't playing with harm. Basically, you go from healthy to dead in this version. Yeah. But how do you survive without being impaired in any way?
Ooh, I think that like we were looking out over the edge of the railing of the lighthouse. It's always like really tough to like get an idea of what's truly underneath you versus what's say like 10 feet away but underneath you. And so like looking down from above, you didn't really see all of the like the bramble and all of the bushes and not trees exactly, but all of the like half rotted out shack that was like leaning against the wall. It's just like random junk down there. And so when I fell, it was like yes, very injured, fell on a lot of crap, but like enough of it broke my fall that it wasn't just like landing on my back on solid ground.
Yeah, dry, scrubby brush with kind of brackeny underneath, and then it just so happens there's a little bit of a sand drift. So even as you crash through, like you've got some bruises and scrapes, but you're not needing hospitalization or medical care. You're gonna be a little bit sore, and you get the wind knocked out of you as you kind of pitch back and like luckily kind of land a little bit spread eagle to spread the distribution of weight and crash through. I think okay, let's put a pin in that. So you guys, Raven and AB, see Douglas just fall off this lighthouse. What do you two do?
Screaming. I'm screaming. Like, Douglas, no! Oh my God! He fell! He's dead! And for 1 second, she starts moving forward. And I assume that AB's like, what are you doing? That's not how you get...
Yeah, she's like, no, like, oh my gosh, Douglas, why are you so dramatic? You don't have to be that dramatic to try to get a girl.
What are you talking about? Also, he's probably... Are you okay? Douglas?
Oh
my God. Come on, let's go. And I turn around and head back down through the building.
So we have, you can hear Douglas, the, oh my God, and the running, the clomping feet as you're kind of like double checking and making sure that you're okay and like wiggling your fingers and toes. Something catches your attention. Something moving, like right next to your head. And as you kind of crane your head over, you're looking at the little small screen on Raven's body cam. Looks like the replay button got triggered when it fell. It's a little glitchy, but it looks like it's replaying about a 5-second cycle. You see Raven, from Raven's perspective, like, you know, when she'd turn and kind of look at you, you get like just a little half of yourself. But it seems like she's very focused on this spot in the woods. And then you can see the camera just like jitter and shake a little bit. And you can see she takes a step back and turns to face you. And behind you, as you're kind of leaning up against the railing, you see a shadowy figure made of little flapping bits, like moth wings, reach like almost directly over your hand and then yank. And it's at that moment that portion of the railing gives way. And you see yourself start to topple, and then it starts over again with that focus on a dark spot in the woods. The shake, the step back, the look at you, the figure, the pull, the you starting to fall, just cycling. What do you do? In the, 20 seconds it takes them to get down.
Ooh. So I saw that video. Like I saw it while I was like on the ground.
Yeah,
looking over.
it just so happened that it fell here right next to you, and you're watching this thing replay like right next to your face.
I think because he is so incredibly shaken up by like the near-death experience that he just had, he cannot, like, if the first couple times that he sees the looping footage, he doesn't understand like what he's looking at, and then after a couple loops, he's like, it's like his face gets more serious, and he like reaches over and grabs the camera and throws it as hard as he can into the distance.
Okay.
How dare you?
Cool. And then you hear trampling Douglas through the underbrush. You see, as they pull the little dry bracken away, and now you see Douglas just kind of laying there, spread eagle, obviously breathing, obviously conscious. He looks serious, like there's a strange look on his face. Not the, oh my God, how'd I live? But like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like he's been thinking.
Yeah.
Like he's got thoughts on his mind.
Like he took the opportunity to have a little thinky laying on his back in the brush.
Just doing a think after falling 40 feet. Anyway, oh my God, Douglas, are you okay?
No,
how many fingers am I holding up?
Oh, 3.
Wrong. Oh no, he has a concussion.
No, it's fine. I just, his glasses were like, oh, I couldn't see before. I just assumed you were giving me the middle finger.
Well, I guess he's feeling fine now.
Hey, we should, I think I'm done. We should leave. I just fell off a lighthouse. I'm not feeling very good. Like, let's get out of here, Like, this is weird, right?
Think like for once, I think you're right. And we go to where's my cell phone? In my bag, I'm sure. Because, like, he's not going to be here till morning unless we, like, call or whatever. So I'll just do that right now on this working phone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
You open it up. You you probably have to like consult a little paper magneted to the fridge because you weren't the one that made the original thing, but you can look up the number, give them a call. There's a little bit of dead air, and then you hear ring, ring, and after a few, you hear a voice. Yes.
Hi, this is Raven, like with AB. We rented the Airbnb.
Yes.
Yeah, it like broke and someone fell. Could you come pick us up?
Yes.
Cool. Are you when are you gonna be here?
Soon.
Oh, okay.
And it's a little bit of a soon. Soon.
Okay. Does this guy sound like the guy we had on the ship?
Maybe he's trying out a new accent.
Maybe. I would like to investigate this spooky situation.
Oh, okay.
This is weird, right? This is a weird conversation.
Yeah. You want to spend your last sanity point to get a spooky vibe?
Absolutely not. And also, I definitely didn't roll very well. I got a 5 total.
Oh, a 5 on investigating the situation?
Yeah.
This
is scary.
Yes. I
don't need sanity points.
The voice. So for everyone watching, you see Raven, oh, thank goodness you're in, and asking, and you can even hear a little bit of the yes on the other line. And then you hear when can you be here? You hear that strange, like, disruption, and Raven kind of pulls the phone away from her head. And then it's just something about this, like your veins run with ice water. And and you are convinced that you are in immediate mortal danger. Like something about that voice is kind of like the calls coming from in the house. Like if you had to swear there are 4 people in this lighthouse, you're not sure if he looped back and is hiding up in the attic with an axe coming to get you, but you are certain that whoever or whatever is on the other line of this is like literally breathing down your neck. So Raven tosses the phone down and takes off running out the front door.
Hi.
Raven, where are you going? What's she doing?
No response. She gone.
Oh, girls, they like to do spontaneous 5-mile runs.
This island is only like 100 feet across.
I failed math, science, and English like 12 times.
I mean, I did know that. I'm sorry that I didn't want to. I know that you don't like it when we bring up.
Like,
We need to go find Raven.
whatever, I guess. But when she gets upset at us for disturbing her girl time, then that's on you.
No, but I mean, okay, listen. I think whatever. Like it this is more important than like her being mad at us or whatever. I just need you to just help me go look for Raven, please.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything for that? Like an influence another, or is this just
You can
we roll with it
if you'd like to.
Uh,
I mean, there's a chance.
Yeah, why not?
There's a chance of benefits of successfully. I mean, it's one of the ways that you can get survivor points is to successfully manipulate each other.
Yeah, I want to do it.
Cool. Roll plus social to influence another, and you're
Oh,
targeting another main character. We don't have any secondary characters. We just have the 1-bit player yet so far. So you're targeting main cast.
It's literally a 1 because I rolled 2 1s and my social is a -1.
Cool. Awesome. So that's a spotlight failure, which means you lose a survivor point due to the strain, except that would bring you to 0.
Yeah.
Which means you can't do that, which instead means you have to lose 2 sanity points.
Which I also can't do.
Well, you can't have negative sanity. So I think
okay.
So I think what that means is you start to try to convince AB, and then just instinct takes over and you go off running pell-mell after Raven. So 2 of you totally freaked out, running into the woods by yourselves. Now that's my suggestion. You can suggest tweaks. I'm the final arbiter because I'm, at least for this next scene, in control of your characters. But if there's something else that you think your character would do, or if it'd be more narratively interesting for characters to do different stuff, feel free to suggest it. We're basically
No, I actually really
we're
I really
co-writing
like
a
that idea
screenplay
because-
at this point. So
Yeah. I really like that idea because I think that he is still reeling from like what he saw on the footage earlier, and I think that like now it's starting to hit home of like, oh, Raven is actually in danger going out there alone. And like he was like mid explanation of like to AB when he realized like, I don't have time for this. I just need to go. And that's
Okay.
when he runs out.
cool. So you are a supporting character now for a moment. AB, as the last remaining main character, what do you do?
Like, oh my gosh! Finally, their love for each other is blossoming. He's running after her. It worked. And it only took like 1, 6, 3, 4, 8 investigations. And then she'll sit on the couch and probably, if there's a TV or something, just try to figure out, wait for them to return from their love journey.
Yeah, you flip on the TV. Behind you, so you're sitting down on the couch facing the little TV, which is kind of on a low bench below the big picture window next to the front door. Behind you is the little kitchen table, and then the little kitchenette, and then over here is the stairs going up. What we see Douglas's laptop open with the 2 feeds. And we see something, a shadow, coming down the spiral staircase into the bottom floor. So the next scene is a montage of Raven just, clawing through tree branches and underbrush, stumbling over fallen branches. The camera can tell by the sound of your footfalls that you're in increasingly kind of swampy ground. It goes from being bang, 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 bang of footfalls to sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. But you're just like, gotta get away, gotta get away. I think you come out of your freak out, not really sure where you are. It's significantly darker because A, the sun is setting, B, you're kind of in a depression. So you can see like the kind of gnarled trees above you have a little bit of like an orange cast across the very top of them, but where you are, it's quite dim, and you've got like kind of up to your knees this very faintly foul smelling mist. But you come to and start looking around. What do you do?
Okay. I think,
and you have one sanity point, so you
Okay.
regained a sanity point by freaking out, which means you're back to being a main character.
Breathing heavily from the running, looking around at where I am. This is vaguely, as I recall, Douglas was pointing off at some area where there's a final stand. This is the depression. That's, I assume, extremely misty and also dark.
Yes.
Yes.
It reminds you of a few scenes in the third act of The Moth Island Witch. Sorry, The Witchening was actually the name of the movie.
Yeah, The Witchening with the Moth Island Witch, of course. Probably looking around, trying to figure out where I came from, because I guess I should go back to the house. This doesn't seem much better than where I was, and I don't have a phone, and I don't have a camera. All I have is, because I had thought when I went up to the top of the lighthouse when we were talking about that creepy doll, that I would have tucked the creepy doll in my purse. I assume I keep.
Oh yeah, you still have it. Interesting.
I still have the creepy doll. Yeah, I only have a creepy doll on me, which is not comforting or great, I think.
No, I think as you are checking yourself to see, it's like, oh great, I don't have a phone, which means I don't have a flashlight on my phone. I lost my camera. It's like all I have is this stupid creepy doll. It is creepy, but like for a moment, you felt almost as if the shadows and the trees were getting closer, like almost like wanting to close you up. But as soon as you put your hand on the doll, it's almost like it creates a little bit of space. And
Right.
almost, it's not lighter, but it's like the shadows that were very hard to pierce with your eyes moments ago now seem more normal. What you immediately notice is two things. One, there is a person-shaped something, like leaning up against a tree. It's in the shadow, and it's almost like the outline is somewhat hazy, but it definitely gives you the impression of a person. And you also hear from behind you something large crashing through the underbrush.
The guy's after me from the phone, and definitely not anybody I know. So I'm going hesitantly glancing over my shoulder, and then kind of creep towards the weird shadow person on the ground. I'm still gonna hold on to the creepy doll.
Yeah.
I think it made me feel better, so I'm just gonna hold its little fingers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff. Correct.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't think I personally would like it either, but Raven doesn't mind this. I guess.
So
She's
you're
weird.
twiddling the little finger feet,
Yeah.
holding on to the doll.
Holding onto the doll.
As you
creeping towards.
and cool. So as you approach, you hear this crashing coming, and kind of all at once, Douglas comes bursting out. And I think as soon, Douglas, as you see Raven, you kind of come back to yourself because you found her and now you're not alone. You've also, like, you've been kind of like worried you're running in circles and not sure where you are, very disoriented. But as soon as you snap back, you see two things. One, Raven is there. She's got that creepy doll in her hand and she's stalking towards this dark figure. And you know for certain that you're in that spot where the filmmakers lost their minds. Like, you can see this is almost even the angle. This is where the first one of them disappeared. As Raven approaches this figure, still like kind of underneath some low-hanging branches, kind of hard to see from where you are. And Raven, even as you get closer, it still seems very fuzzy. And then two eyes open. Large eyes, wide set. Black on grayish, mottled flesh. And then the wings flap. And this colony of moths take off, swooping past you. There, you can almost see the moth scale glittering in the last little rays of light. And what they were covering is a body.
Scream. We have to scream here. This is required by law, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
AB, over the sounds of whatever Friends rerun or whatever that you're watching, you hear the faint echoing scream of someone obviously in mortal terror out in the woods. Speaking of which, would you deny fear for me, Raven? Seems like a good thing to do. Is this a fresh horror? That's a roll plus serious, Raven. Can you hear me? Yeah.
I forgot my name was Raven this whole time. Sorry.
You're in the moment. It's like, I am not this chick anymore. I'm Misha now.
Don't worry about it. We left for a second. Sorry, what was I doing? Denying fear?
Yeah. So roll plus serious.
Yeah. Let's see where we at. Oh, just a 6.
Yeah, so that's a miss. You panic and lose
Yeah.
insanity point, which brings you to
Yeah. Oh, 0.
Cool. What do you think with this fresh insanity? What do you think Raven does?
Well, let's see. We already did the thing where we ran everywhere, and there's a random dead body here.
Yeah.
Attack the body for sure. We're just going at it.
Cool. So
Like, that's a mortal threat now.
yeah. So Douglas, you see Raven. You see as this colony of moths flies off into the woods. You see this somehow simultaneously swollen and desiccated body. It's obvious that it's been there a very long time. There's like, you can see like a gleaming piece of skull where a lot of the flesh has come off of it. It's more skeleton than corpse at this point. And Raven just reaches down and grabs a partially rotted log, pulls it out with a kind of a sick slurping sound out of the muddy ground, and then just starts wailing on this body. Just like one powerful strike caves the face in, hits it across the midsection, ribs go flying. Douglas, you notice that in this kind of general melee, the kind of arms, although they're not quite freely swinging, like one of the arms comes up and you can see one of the fingers is missing. You get a very clear glimpse of that. And then Raven brings the branch down and breaks the arm off. And then it's just like screaming like a mad woman, pounding this corpse into bits.
Ooh, I am going to run up behind Raven, and Douglas just kind of like grabs her around the midsection and is trying to like pull her backwards away from the body, like hoping he's not gonna get caught in the log crossfire in the process.
I mean, maybe act with skill with strength. We'll see how it goes, because you could fail horribly.
that is a 2 and a 1 and a -1.
Cool. So I can't deduct. I could deduct a survivor point. I could deduct a sanity point from all the main characters in the scene and then make you go crazy too. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce your strength by 1, your strong by 1.
Okay. I also have.
consequence.
I yes, that I like that. So I'm at a -2 for strength, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's as low as it can go.
yes. Okay. So if it was no, okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Ooh, I think I probably like I'm successful in bringing her back, but at the same time like I'm bringing Raven back right as she's like coming on the upswing with a log,
Yeah.
and I think that she like brains me right in the head.
Or like catches, to account for the lack of strength, I think it like catches your shoulder and bruises it pretty badly. So that's going to reflect on your like less ability to do strength stuff, at least until if you survive, you recover. So yeah. But the good news is in her mad attack now having injured one of her friends, that brings Raven back. It's always good to be at 1 sanity point because you just start running around like crazy and eventually we'll fall in a hole and die.
Whee!
Cool.
Raven, stop. Oh, sorry.
I think it's not alive. I don't think it's moving. Oh, did I hit you? I'm so sorry. I dropped the log and make sure I have
it's
my
definitely
little
dead. It's
puppet
definitely
guy.
dead. Are you okay?
Yeah. It's fine. It's just moths on a dead body.
I have to tell you something. I I think that like the shadowy figure and the corpse being here and all of that is like it's getting to be too much for Douglas. He's like, when you came down to get me, like I landed right next to actually your camera. And I think that like he's like looking and he's like checking over Raven looking, and then he notices like, oh, your camera's oh. And then he starts like telling her about like what he saw on the camera and everything. And then he was like, I I don't have the camera, but something is not right here. Something is very, very not right here.
And I'll do the thing where I recap about like, yeah, I was looking at that spot and I just thought it came up and attacked the railing. I mean, I knew you probably wouldn't believe me or anything about that, but I didn't think it was just broken otherwise.
We gotta go. We gotta go get AB, and we gotta make sure that she's okay.
Yeah. I look over at the ruined skeleton like, I don't think we're going to learn anything here.
I mean, I think. Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, we probably should investigate. I think. Oh yeah, like he says that, and she points out like, "Hey, dead body over here," and then he's like, "Oh yeah."
I mean, parts, many.
It's more of a paste now.
Yeah.
The good news is that hand and forearm is still reasonably intact, the one with the missing finger.
Yeah. Hey, Raven, do you remember that doll that you found in the chimney?
You mean this one?
Whoa, why do you still have that?
It makes me feel safe here, actually.
But that's her fingers. And
Yeah, but it's like a protective talisman. Like the human parts of the human body create very protective talismans.
Protective, and that bring that over here, and he's like trying to like gesturing for her to like bring it over, and like kind of like grabs her like wrists and kind of like moves it so he doesn't have to touch the doll, like right next to the fingers are right next to the bodies. Like, this is not protection. Look, it's this is the body those fingers came from.
I was just missing one finger, right?
Oh, good point.
This is
Do
two
the fingers
fingers.
look like they're the
That's
same?
completely different.
As you're
like
kind of jockeying with the doll, kind of pushing it away a little bit, it's kind of dangling over the ruin of this body that Raven has desecrated. One of the little legs falls off, plop, into the water.
Oh.
I mean, that's probably fine, right?
That's probably... Maybe it was made with...
You feel, Raven, the shadows feel very close.
Yeah, we should go. We should go right now.
No, it'll be okay. He's like sputtering as he's like running, like jogging after Raven, and then running after her.
Oh, I assume Raven reaches back to grab his hand.
Absolutely.
To run, run with him, of course, obviously.
I would say, how about like they both grab for each other?
Yeah.
Now the question is, does your confession to Raven about what you saw count as complying with AB's suggestion?
I think it does.
Cool.
Because I think like him being so uptight about it is why he hit it.
Then take a survivor point.
Yes.
Cool. Not that you'll need it. You're all turned around. You weren't really paying attention as you ran. You're realizing that you don't have a clear idea even of where from what direction you entered this clearing. I mean, if it was daylight, you could see where the broken branches are, but now it's dark and there's that low-hanging mist. You're not entirely sure. If only there was some marker, some way of knowing which direction to go, as out of the darkness, a light across the clearing.
Oh, AB turned on the lighthouse.
How? Isn't it missing its like bulb thing?
I don't know how lighthouses work. I mean,
There
maybe
was
she brought.
definitely a chair where a bulb should be, I think.
A lawn chair and a
Like,
broken Coleman cooler. Yeah.
I mean, but like, I mean, look at it. It's up there. It's such a like we got to go towards it, right? Like we need to go to safety, and like the big light is just like it's calling us to safety, right? So like we got to go.
have you ever heard about will-o-wisps, Douglas?
Uh oh, you mean the the phenomenon where swamp gas starts to illuminate and people think that there's ghosts wandering around in a swamp.
Or say when spirits try to lure you off of the known path towards your doom?
I mean, people say that that's what they do, but I mean, that there's got to be, or there's always a rational explanation. People get lost all the time. Look
Douglas,
at
you
us,
said
we're
you
lost.
saw what was on the cameras. Is any of
I'm-
that rational?
No, but that doesn't mean that swamp spirits are real.
Well, it doesn't mean that the lighthouse is working without a light bulb either. We should go the other direction.
But it's dark. It's pitch dark over there. We're gonna trip over a rock and we're gonna die.
You have your phone?
I mean, oh, that's a good question. Do I have my phone?
I think it was in your
Probably.
bag, and I think you lost sanity, so you ran out without it.
Yeah, I do not. I definitely
Yep.
don't.
That's too bad. We should go the other way.
I mean, we could walk. We can walk in total darkness away from the light, or we could go towards the light. I think we go towards the lighthouse.
Okay, I say, agreeing with Douglas for no particular reason.
All right. So you're going to follow the light. Good. AB, what are you doing? Watching TV still?
Yeah, she probably made like popcorn or some food and was like
Okay.
lounging back, eating food. Yes, there's probably screaming, but like, maybe Douglas finally put into the felt the need to like get into character and like scare Raven just for
Sure.
funsies, and that's how they bond and get closer. That's probably all of that is.
Sure. AB, you're kind of watching it now. Now it's some, Jurassic Park Part 17 or something, or some knockoff action movie, and you've seen it before. Whatever, it's mindless. And you've got your little container of popcorn. You're just kind of reaching in, maybe also like looking on your phone. Reception's a little bit weird. Your TikTok has a little bit of a lag in it, but you're multitasking as you often do. Grab yourself some popcorn and put it in your mouth, and it tastes like, it's crunchy, but it just like, maybe it was a bad kernel, but it's just like dry and dusty and powdery and wrong.
Like, it's the stuff that we brought, so it's not the stuff that was here, so it should still be good.
Yeah, maybe you pull your fingers back. Your fingers have this gray, sooty on them. Kind of wipe your mouth and you've got the same mark. I think you reach over and look in your little popcorn basket, and there are dead moths. One of which you apparently just ate.
Definitely just like toss the ball like across the room, make a huge mess, and go like ew 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 ew.
That taste is
Trying to
still in
do
your
the
mouth.
gagging. Oh my gosh, this is so gross. Try to go get like some pop and like chug it down, gurgle it, and then spit it out the window or some thing.
Yeah. I think you go and chug down. It's like, it feels like one of the legs is like stuck in your throat or something. You kind of chug and try to spit. I mean, it helps, but it's like it didn't quite go down.
Oh my gosh, I have to actually drink and try to get it down. Oh, that's gonna ruin my like paleo penatitis instant diet. Like, oh my gosh. The stupid popcorn fit this diet. No, it's not.
I mean, hey, who says moths aren't paleo?
Or just,
Maybe-
like, drink it.
Maybe you're allergic. It just feels like you have that cousin that's like allergic to shrimp. And you remember one time at a birthday party, they snuck in and ate the shrimp cocktail. First of all, who provides shrimp cocktail for a kid's birthday party? That's insane. And especially if one of them has a shellfish allergy,
Totally.
it's crazy. But you just remember how their face swelled up and you're just like, it's not good.
It's like, oh my gosh, this is totally uncool. And none of those nerds like have any weird allergies that are like cousin Billy's shellfish allergy. Like, now I don't have any of those sticks. What am I gonna do?
Well, there might be Benadryl in the bathroom.
Attempt to investigate for
Yeah.
Benadryl.
I think you should. And you should investigate to see if there's a way that you can prevent yourself from dying of anaphylactic shock from eating a moth. So that's going to be a roll plus smart.
Six minus 2 is 4.
Cool. How many sanity points do you have?
2.
Okay, well, you lose 1. I'm going to say you go, you're kind of, I mean, you can still breathe. It's just really distressing. So I think you go into the bathroom and are kind of digging through the medicine cabinet. And there's a few things, left behind by previous visitors, some Tylenol, some Sudafed, things like that. And maybe there is like a little blister pack of the little pink Benadryl pills. And you're like, well, I mean, it's kind of the same. And might as well. So I think you kind of fiddle with it and kind of pop the pill out, and it starts to like go around the sink, and you have to like grab really quickly to keep it from going down the drain. To kind of dump out the little glass that has some plastic wrapped toothbrushes in it, fill it up with the slightly brownish tap water, pop the pill, drink it back, and then, as in any proper horror movie, you close the medicine cabinet door, and you see behind you this figure. Great black eyes in mottled gray skin, long flowing hair kind of becoming part of a robe, hand outstretched toward you. What do you do?
Oh my gosh, don't you know that Gray is so last season.
So you immediately lose sanity.
Dude.
I think you deny fear first, and then we'll see what happens.
Definitely gonna be using this. Can't be happening to me.
Mm-hmm. It's a special role on part of the Mr. or Ms. popularity.
So that's a 12.
Ooh, and what's the effect of a full success?
It just says you deny with social.
Oh, you said. Oh, that's right. You just deny. So it's the same as with deny fear. So on a 12, you are able to act normally. The good news is that acting normally is going to be to escape danger without snag, which is good. So this is a roll plus swift. And by the way, for your truths, the body in the swamp counts as the first victim. So if you have anything that becomes available or triggers upon the first death, that has happened. It happened a while ago, but you discovered it.
That's a 10.
Oh, good. So tell me how it is that you escape whatever this being is trying to do to you.
Distraction. Like, being like, oh my gosh, those shoes don't go with what you're wearing. And like, wow, the beast thing or whatever is like probably like looking down at itself, or like what, why, or whatever, I don't know. Just like shove it out of the way and run, or try to sneak around, or just
You
like
kind of push it back. Your hand, like, it's very soft, and your hand sinks into it, and you can feel little scrabbly legs trying to pinch onto your skin as you penetrate. It's like the whole thing is made of moths, but there's enough coherence to the form that as you shove it back kind of into the shower curtain, it gets caught briefly up in the shower curtain as bits and pieces of it start breaking off, and as the moths begin to be liberated from the central mass. That's enough for you to kind of stumble backward and slam the door behind yourself. So the bathroom is now closed. Good news is that has distracted you from whatever's going on with your throat. What do you do now? There's definitely something that doesn't want good things for you, and it's with you inside the lighthouse.
Yeah. Probably go grab a cellular device or whatever and just like walk outside to go find the two lovebirds, and probably like, break up their whatever.
Okay, you're going to try to go find them. Are you trying to call anyone on the cell phone, or are you just going to use the flashlight? Because there are, by the way, also flashlights in the little Ghost Hunter kit.
Probably grab like an actual flashlight to use, and then like trying to call them on the phone because she's not smart.
Cool. You go over to the little trunk full of ghost hunting equipment, throw open the lid and start rummaging around trying to find a flashlight. You can see that, like, first of all the little cat balls go off, and so there's like a little rainbow sparkly going on. The camera kind of gets an underlit shot of you with this like little rave disco ball action going on. And then we hear the psh, 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 psh sound of the spirit box. You must have hit the button. It's this very rhythmic, as it's scanning through the different radio frequencies, this very rhythmic shh, 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 shh. You hear faint, like echoes of words, some late night talk show or DJ or whatever. It's all kind of chaos. You're not really paying attention. And you find the flashlight and pull it out. And as soon as you click the flashlight on, it goes zzz, zzz, zzz. And for a moment, all the lights are out. Like in simultaneously with the flashlight, the overhead light in this downstairs also kind of reacts the same way. So for a moment, the only light is the kind of amber glow from the spirit box, and then just a little bit of multicolored light from a couple of the cat toys as they roll across the table. And you swear you hear clear as day through the spirit box, sacrifice two to save the one. And then it's back to
Can I like grab a kitchen knife?
Yeah.
Just for nothing important.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's weird. Okay, let's go find the
And then
others.
the lights come back. You kind of shake the flashlight, comes back on. So you're heading out into the woods also to find your friends?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, how about everyone act with skill, and you can choose any trait that makes sense. This is for not falling into holes, not running into some sort of creature that wants to eat you. This is like generally an abstraction of whether you're successful or how successful or not successful you are in navigating your way through the very, very pitch dark of this lonely island.
I'm going with sneaky.
Yeah.
Trying not to be seen by the definitely not a lighthouse light.
Yeah, sneaky makes perfect sense.
And I got an 8.
Okay. So partial success, you achieve your objective, but there's a complication. What do we think is a good complication to happen here?
So I happened to roll mildly poorly. So maybe the complication is that Raven loses track of Douglas.
Okay. What did you get?
I got an 8, but I have a -2 on sneak.
So that's a miss.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you wander off in a different direction, and I think the complication for Raven is you don't notice that right away.
Yeah.
So you
I'm like, and we'll just wait here.
And then you realize
Okay,
that you
should
are
be good to go right now. He
by
gone.
yourself.
He gone. Yeah.
Now, he can't have gone that far because you guys are moving relatively slowly and the woods are pretty dense, but you are now separated. What'd you get, AB?
So I rolled with Swift because, just
Just being,
dexterity.
yeah.
And that's a 9 plus 2, which is 11.
Oh, okay. So that's a full success. Good. Who do you want to come across first? Douglas or Raven?
Probably. I think it would be funny to do Douglas.
Okay.
he's prone to accidents. Could just blame it on an accident.
Okay, so you come across Douglas.
What a weird way to phrase that, Sin.
Yeah, who knows? We just get a little bit of interior monologue, or AB is wandering through the forest, muttering to themselves. Yeah, he's kind of prone to accidents. So yeah, you come across Douglas. Douglas, you're following the light, and then it's like it changes, like it's moving faster. It's been this kind of sweeping light passing by, every like 30 seconds or so. And then now it seems like it's kind of going all over, and then it sort of resolves itself into this little bright pinprick of light, kind of right in your face. Someone is clearly shining a flashlight directly in your eyes.
What is what are you doing? Get that out of my face. What are you doing out here?
Oh my gosh, Douglas? Is that you? Little Dougie D from 12th grade?
Yes.
I mean, we came here, so...
You're in
yeah.
12th grade too. We're in the same class.
Right. Yes, that is what we are.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hey, we should not be out here. Like, did you see Raven? Listen, like we're trying to get back to the house. Did you bring actually, yeah, did AB bring a flashlight?
Yeah, it's currently shining right
Okay.
at you.
Oh yeah. Listen, okay, we gotta find Raven. I lost track of her. I don't know where she is. She went ahead of us, or ahead of me, and she doesn't have a light either. We gotta find her. Like we were both heading.
Oh my gosh, what a coincidence. I just saw Raven. She's like just over there. We can go. It'd be
Wait.
so fun.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. She was like so worried about you. You know how like she's like always worried about you, but then you don't notice it. And it's like, oh, why can't he be worried about you for once? But yeah, she was
What are
so
you
worried.
talking about?
Well, you know, she's like always worried about you.
No, she.
It's that
hates
thick
me.
skull.
Mm,
It's a boy thing, Boys don't understand the ways of the girls, But just come, just follow me. I know everything.
Okay. I don't. Yeah, he's like following after her, and he's like sputtering and like trying to object. Like, no, we're rivals. We're enemies. There's nothing like that here.
Can I let the winks flow?
You can do whatever you like.
The mixed popularity move
Yeah.
to melodramatically whine about something unimportant.
Yeah.
Or make another's misfortune fully about yourself to regain one sanity point.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh! Doggy, you don't understand! Like, you know that when I was in 3rd grade that, like, the boys didn't like me, but, like, I tried my best, and, like, still, nothing happened. But with you and Rain, finally you have something! Like, why can't you see it?
I mean, if I could, because I can't. Like, do you remember do you remember back in like this was like 4th grade when there was that cookout, we had the s'mores. It was like the end of the summer break. We were all like not looking forward to going back to school, but we were all kind of excited because we wanted to see each other again. Like, do you remember that? And then I said like, oh hey, I have to go into the house to call my parents. And actually I wasn't calling my parents. I was playing a trick on Raven. I set up a noise box inside of her house to make it seem like there was some wails and moans and ghost noises inside of her house. I I I'm not proud of it, but like I think about like I'm pretty sure that's why she's so into ghosts, because she thinks that that ghost from that night was real, and I never had the heart to tell her like no, that was just me with like a $5 piece of electronics that I got from Jimmy in physics. Like it's fine. I don't like if I like try to how can I face her without like when I know that like oh I did this like mean thing like so long ago, and like I've just been thinking about it ever since. Like I can't like you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'll remember Jimmy that day. He had like this really nice shirt on, and then he had spaghetti for lunch and just ruined it. And then after that, Raven came to me talking about Ghost. I totally remember that day. But you and Raven, you're good for each other. You know the weirdness and the non-weirdness, but that still weirdness. They go together so well. And like
What?
she'll forgive you if you tell her. And also, if she doesn't love you for you, then she's not worth it.
I
I think you're worth it.
thank you, AB. I
But totally, you're not my type, so don't even think about getting the wrong idea or anything.
I point taken. I listen. I think we must be getting close now. I thank you, AB. Um, let's go find Raven. She has to have gotten to the lighthouse by now.
Oh, definitely. The lighthouse is definitely super safe. We should definitely go there.
Yeah. You somehow you don't seem very sincere. Are you okay?
Yeah, I know a shortcut. We should take that and it would be super faster.
Wait, what shortcut? I mean, like, I don't think I hit any like bad terrain coming out here. I was just
There's
running.
there's like one just over there, and like so earlier before we came, you and Raven kind of went off together, and like I went sightseeing via the internet web page thing, and like they have this really nice view just like over there, and I know that for like certain, and we should go scope that out to see if Raven's there looking at the site,
I mean,
because she likes looking at sites, and if you go there it would be great.
okay. So while we're going over there, and he starts telling her about like the body and the moths and the everything. So he's like trying to catch her up like in between sentences as he is following AB.
Yeah. Well, you arrive at a little overlook. You can see the lighthouse kind of off to your left down the shore. But you come out of the thick of the woods, and indeed there is a little bit of a viewpoint. I don't know if you would call it particularly special, but it's all right. At least you're not constantly getting scraped in the face by branches. What do you do there, AB?
Can I try to get Douglas as closest to the edge as possible? The little pushy.
Sure. You know what? I think this is, first of all, sounds like the betrayal move. betray another. And this is a very great move because it doesn't require a roll. You simply spend a sanity point and take a survivor point from another character in the scene. And narrate how you're improving your survival by putting them in a precarious position, which sounds like Chevy Shove.
So that super spooky voice was like, 2 must be sacrificed and 1 survives. So that like means if that totally out-fashioned guy comes back, he's like, 2 people must die and 1 must survive. So like, if 2 of the lovers just happen to, fall in love and disappear into the void somehow, that means little old me can survive to university. Yay.
Okay, I get it. So we're gonna hide here. Like you'll go get Raven and bring her here, and we'll hide. And then when this creepy boat guy comes back, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I totally, sacrificed them." And then what? Are you gonna come back, like call the police, come back with another boat for us? That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. That's the plan. See, I knew you understood my smarts when nobody else did.
AB, after you lost that sanity point, how many sanity points do you have left?
1.
Okay, so you started the scene with 2.
Yeah, because I had 2, lost 1, gained 1 through the whining.
Oh, right.
And then lost another 1.
Okay. So you are free to act. It sounds like you, however, aren't setting up a plan whereby you are going to fool the potentially innocent or maybe demonic ferryman, but are instead going to try to take care of Douglas. Is that accurate?
Yes.
All right. Well, Douglas, I'm going to need you to escape danger. Spend a survivor point and roll with Swift.
Oh, 6.
Oh, no.
Buddy boy, no.
So, how does Douglas meet his doom?
So I had the knife, right?
Yeah.
I just it's like, before we go, I'm just gonna put this in you and like twist it and then push you off the cliff and pull the knife out and then wipe the blood onto the shirt because like, oh no, when I go see Raven, the masked monster like just murdered Douglas in front of me and his blood sprayed out. It was horrifying.
I think as you go to like menace Douglas with a knife, Douglas puts his hand up to kind of block it. Like, no, wait, no, AB, we're friends. And the knife snicks out and lops off one of your fingers. And there's that moment of like just shock as you stand there with the blood pumping out. And then AB closes to finish the job. We cut back to where we can just kind of see some dark figures, slightly darker than the dark background, a little bit of tussling. We hear the foley of, a knife going into flesh, and we see the hand raise up a couple of times, and then we see one of the figures kind of topple. It's not exactly a cliff, but it's fairly steep, kind of fall a little bit, hit the ground, and topple and roll onto the rocks. And then maybe we hear AB, Raven. At the same time, Raven, you hear, you're just realizing Douglas is gone. And you hear Douglas call you. Raven. Raven. This way.
I start walking that way and then stop immediately because I am suspicious about Will-O-Wisp and we're following a dumb light. I just lost him, and now this is happening. I feel like at some point I need to intuit the pattern about what's going on.
Yeah, you probably should.
In a general sense.
Sounds like a good idea. Now is a good time.
It's a great time. Oh, I have edge on this.
Yeah.
This is one thing I'm good at. Well, that's good because it got rid of this 1 that's over here. That brings it up to an 11 on intuiting the pattern.
All right. Which is a full success.
Full success.
So that means you can ask 2 questions.
What does the killer want? I don't think I know this knowledge.
It's Intuit. You can actually ask that question.
Yeah, what does the killer want?
The killer wants tribute. The killer is enacting a pattern that has been enacted before and probably will be enacted again.
Yes, like every 20 years when the resurgence of the movie comes up or something like that.
Yes, and
Perhaps.
You have enough background in witchcraft to understand the rule of 3.
There's 3 of us.
Yeah.
One of our usuals called out sick today.
Right. Just mysteriously wasn't able to make it.
Yes, mysteriously. It was so weird. I feel like narratively, I think this is fun to ask because then who is the killer's next target? I think then I would know that it would be Douglas at this point. Because assuming this is happening simultaneously.
Yeah. I think the answer you get is, or the kind of, as you kind of part the veil, it's a little timey-wimey.
Yeah.
I think you get a clear sense of 2 must be sacrificed for 1 to live. 1 is doomed. And kind of just like a spiritual, spooky, what are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it?
Kind of sense. Like almost like it's open. It's unclear who the second is. But you get a sinking feeling in your stomach.
Yeah.
That it hasn't happened yet, but it's kind of happening now. There's one of the 2 is already on the chalkboard. And then you hear Douglas's voice, Raven.
I'm going to go a different direction from that voice. I'm not saying anything. I'm holding that. I'm holding the weird doll with its 1 finger leg.
Yeah.
And going
in front of you.
Not where that one is.
In front of you, you hear Raven. This way.
Beans.
Come closer.
I think in something that definitely isn't weird and creepy and is a normal thing for normal people to have, I pull out a lock of Douglas's hair that I have taken at some point when he was sleeping during our mini adventures.
Okay.
That I keep in a little, locket thing.
That you definitely
normal.
don't open up and kiss every night before you go to bed.
Yes, definitely none of those things. But for right now, I'm going to use my spooky ability to try to use it to find his location. Where is he at?
Okay. So
channeling our connection through his body to try to find where he is and not where these weird voices are. I assume this is vaguely act with skill.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yes, and you did successfully investigate, right? So I think you've got. Do you have Destiny's Child
Let's see.
as one of your moves?
Yes, I do have that.
And you just successfully intuited, so you are holding 2 insight points.
I'm holding 2 insight points.
So you can use those to improve success on a subsequent roll as if spending a survivor point. So you have that additional kind of almost like psychic asset that you can use.
Yes. So I will try to act with skill to find where he is and avoid whatever these noises are, because I don't like them. I did roll an 11, so that'll be a 13 total.
Ooh, well.
I'm spookily channeling, divining where Douglas is.
Yes. It's not quite enough for a spotlight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But still, it's a... Oh, no. How much did you say it was? 13?
13.
Okay, well, 13 plus is a spotlight success. So double sixes or a 13 plus total is a spotlight success. So a spotlight success on acting with skill is going to... well, it doesn't make sense that everyone, all the other main characters in the scene, because you're the only person in the scene, so they're not going to gain any sanity points. But I will say take a survivor point because you're relying on your witchy instincts. And you are successful, so you kind of follow this tug. You then hear that voice that was calling your name switch position again, and now it's AB's voice calling your name. Oh my God, Raven. It's so dark out here. But you are fixed on your purpose. And you kind of make your way down towards the beach and around, and then you see this sad scene of Douglas's body. And because AB didn't do anything with it, I'm going to say that the finger is lying next to him.
Yeah. I am very sad, but she's trying not to cry. Except that she is a little and her mascara starts running down her face.
Yes.
You know, it's been fine the whole time, this movie, but now it's doing the thing.
Yes.
But I do grab the finger and apply it to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
My little talisman.
It's weird, like as you do that almost intuitively, like whatever, like there's some wire and you kind of have to go put it on. But as soon as you apply it, it feels like it's stuck in place and you can almost see it dry out before your eyes. And it's almost like you feel the poppet is a little bit heavier than it was before. The other one, the old one, is like, this is the one that Douglas poked at. Like there's chunks missing.
Yeah.
It's like it's starting to kind of flake and fall apart. But you feel it's somehow energized.
Yeah. And then I like, well, let's get you a new finger. Any rate, now that I'm here by the object of my affection who's dead, I guess I got to go tell somebody about how I loved him.
You can tell him.
I can tell him.
Or
fine.
you can save it. Or you can save it if you want to have a dramatic confrontation with AB.
I feel like a dramatic confrontation with AB is probably where we're going, because I assume there is a moment of examination and Douglas has been stabbed with a real knife.
Yeah. Stabbed repeatedly and thrown off of a ledge. Yeah.
Yeah. Not looking great for me with no weapons, but listen.
Maybe there was just enough of a dying breath for him to go, it was AB. And then the eyes turn into X's.
Yeah. As they do.
Cool. So what's happening? What is Raven doing? You still hear kind of up above you. Don't worry. Raven is totally safe, like for sure. Douglas went back to the lighthouse. You should come with me. I know a shortcut.
Yeah. I'm going to try to sneak up on where this voice is.
Cool. Give me a sneak. Act with skill with sneak.
Act with skill. I'm super good at this. Oh my gosh. I rolled another 11, so that's a 13 total.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, we're not going to give anyone a survival point. I mean, we're not going to give anyone any sanity back. Actually, no. You're in the scene. So how would you like to have a sanity point?
I would like that.
Like clarification happens. Like
situation.
You've seen horrible stuff, but you're like, have a mission now, and that kind of brings you some clarity. I like it. So, yeah. You sneak up. AB, what you doing?
Just flashing the light around, looking to see if I can find Raven or some footsteps.
Okay.
God.
And you do hear AB. I think you're not sure. Is it Raven's voice? Is it Douglas's voice? You hear, AB, over here. AB, this way.
Seems like good. I'll follow.
Swinging the light around, like not quite sure. Like every time you go in one direction, you hear the voice come from a slightly different direction. So you're distractedly kind of swinging the light back and forth as Raven, unbeknownst to you, very stealthily sneaks up. What are you doing, Raven?
When AB's back is turned, I'm going to try to jump her with the idea of getting that. I assume you're still holding the knife, AB?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to jump you with the goal of either disarming or stealing the knife. I'm not very good at this either, I don't think, but
we'll
find out.
First off,
yes.
Attacking another main character is technically the betray another move.
Yeah.
So if you would like to spend a sanity point, you may take one of AB's survivor points.
I would love to do that.
Cool. So you, in that moment, realize what you're about to do, and that sense of calm assuredness kind of goes away. But you definitely have the drop. How many survivor points do you have, AB? When you lose one?
I had 3, so now I have 2.
Cool. And how many do you have, Raven?
When I take that one, I go up to 5.
All right. So you are going to rush out. I need both of you, basically, because you're entering into mutual combat. I think I need you both to escape danger. But for this first one, Raven, you'll have edge.
Okay.
Oh, no. For this first one, AB, you have the other thing, the opposite of edge.
The snag.
You have snag. That makes more sense. Because you are being caught unawares, making it more difficult for you to escape danger. So straight roll for Raven, roll 3, drop the high 1 for AB.
That's a 2, a 2, and a 3 plus a 2, so that's 6.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
My danger roll didn't go too well for me because this is plus what, Swift? So I rolled a 5, but I am going to spend those 2 Destiny Child points that I've been saving for this
Yes.
time to make it a 7.
Beautiful. So we have a miss and a partial success. Is that right?
Yes.
Cool. So, you can, Raven, spend an additional survivor point, spend 2 sanity points, or take snag, choose a trade and take snag on that forever.
I will spend an additional survivor point.
Cool. So narrate for me how Raven barely gets the drop on AB.
So I think like AB has been turning around with the flashlight looking from place to place. And you can see Raven kind of like sneaking up from the woods, kind of from behind, freezing whenever the light turns. And then when AB turns away, Raven lunges forward to go for the knife, but steps on like a twig at the last second. So AB whirls around, and then it's sort of like a confusing tumble as they both kind of like spin on the ground, and the light goes everywhere. But I think Raven gets the knife.
And the light kind of flies off, and so it's sitting over here, and we just see we cut to the body cam
Right.
on AB as we see this like back and forth, and it's just like a lot of crackling and a little bit of "you killed Douglas" and a little bit of like "no, I didn't, girl." And then we hear the unmistakable sound of blade entering flesh and this very surprised look on Raven's face. Because, the fake out where you think that
Yeah.
And then we see AB look down, just the kind of top, just like a little bit of the face enters the screen. She looks crazy. And then AB, what are your last words as you expire from being stabbed by Raven?
Like, oh my gosh. Dude. I was supposed to do that. Now I can't get into, like, the doctor smart person school. Way to go, man. Ugh. You're such a buzzkill.
I think on the last one, it's definitely like stab the knife further. Or like you're about to say such a but, and then it's like cut off a word in case it was a swear word.
Right. Okay, as AB's lifeblood pumps out of their body, what do you do, Raven?
Stand there for a bit. I think this is the part where I monologue about like,
Well, we aren't sure you're going to survive yet.
I know I mean, in theory, it should be survive. Oh, you know what? I remembered. I was here to get a finger.
Well, and good news is two more deaths have happened. So if you have any moves that or moments of truth that trigger on everyone else being dead, or 2 more people dying, or your love interest dying, you can certainly trigger those.
Die. I will trigger that. I do first. I will cut off the finger.
Yeah.
Of this one, and I'm gonna replace
Suggest the middle finger. That's the good finger.
Right. As she falls back like this. It's a buzzkill. Thanks for that.
Grab that. Put it on my guy. I think there's the next scene. I probably just leave AB's body like sitting there. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think I'll hold on to the knife in case there's more problems. I don't know. We'll deal with it later. The next scene would probably be at where Douglas is.
Mm-hmm.
To be all like, being sad, touching his hair, and say, I shouldn't have been afraid to tell you all this time. Thank you, Jeff. Shouldn't have been afraid to tell you all this time. I didn't think it would end up like this. I just wanted to share, and I guess I should have told you that I always knew. My parents found the tape recorders of those silly ghost noises, but it really just opened my eyes to the way the world could be, But I guess that's not anything that we really wanted, huh? At this point, she kind of I was like, and then we bury him at sea. But I'm like, what's the likelihood that I have time to build a whole boat?
Right.
So we just, I don't know, lay some rocks around him.
So he doesn't get swept away by the tide.
Yeah. We'll sort that out later. Then I think I need to actually go back to the lighthouse because the last person put this in the flume of the chimney to help whoever was there. So it needs to go back.
Yeah. So you are going to replace the doll in the
Yes.
in the flue?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not where it needs to go.
No, I'm just
It's dangerous there.
How many sanity points do you have?
I have 1 sanity point.
Okay, well, never mind. Because I think it makes
When
sense.
I gained a survivor point from the scene.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for the character, given your connection to the occult.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you spend a survivor point since you have plenty, as instead of a sanity point, to activate your spirits voices from beyond.
Voices from beyond. Okay.
Because I think that makes sense as a move at this point.
Okay.
Especially since you're very close to like the border of life and death. You've seen 2 people die. My recommendation is to do voices from beyond.
Okay.
Which
is
would
that
be
attached to a move or just?
it would be so any move that requires smart. I'm thinking more like investigate the situation. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But you can, I will say in this case, spend a survivor point to ask what here is hidden from me.
Okay. So I'll investigate the situation.
Yeah.
Just to see if they put it back there. Let me take that. So that's a 7.
Okay. So a partial success, which means you can ask what one question and also what here is hidden from me.
Yeah. The investigative situation, partial success is.
Oh no, yeah, you
Find something useful,
but
but miss an important
detail. Cool. But you can
complication.
ask
Yes.
what here is hidden from me.
Yes, what here is
So
hidden
I'll
from
say
me.
what you find that's useful. We'll say you return to the you return to the lighthouse. And as you open the door, you see a bee on the couch with her mouth open and her throat swollen, and the mouth is stuffed full of moths.
Huh. So that wasn't a bee. Huh. Well, then who was it? Is the question. I check how the doll's doing with the weird other person's finger.
And now it's kind of dried and desiccated, but it's a finger.
It's a finger. So one of those is needed.
But it doesn't, like, the more you look at it, doesn't quite match
Doesn't quite match.
AB. AB has like manicured fingernails, obviously has never done a day's manual labor in her life. This finger, kind of maybe slightly bitten nails, a little bit more calloused. And then that kind of brings back that vision that you had to start with of all the chaos and someone, like there was blood and like disaster and yelling and screaming and fighting and whatever, and one person kind of placing that back where it belongs. But in your vision, that person, a young woman, once she places it, she gets up and walks out into the woods. And she's probably been there this whole time.
Oh.
She became the witch of Moth Island.
Oh, okay. I guess that's what you become, huh? When you're the last one.
I mean, it's a choice. And there's currently a vacancy. You know that you could put the poppet there for the next opportune time, for the next group of folks to come and start the cycle over again, if you wanted to. So what does Raven do?
I don't think we want to start the cycle over again, even though that means we can't get a sequel movie.
Hollywood's very creative. They can pull a sequel out of thin air.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. I don't know what would Raven have a better idea of what would be the best way to, like, if you were to end a cycle, would it just be like you burned a poppet?
You have your chalk and your salt and you have all of your protection, purification, ritual stuff with you. And you've established at the outset that you know how to do that stuff.
So we'll do a ritual to cleanse this place of the curse.
Cool. So on your own, the camera pulls back and watches you like throw the little seashell macrame carpet out of the way, pull out your chalk, draw a magic circle, put the poppet in the middle, light your candles, pull out your incense and your chalice and your dagger and all that stuff, and kind of just go into this intense ritual to break the cycle, to bind whatever this is, so that the curse can no longer be active. Would you, one last time, escape from danger for me?
Yes, we'll try. Can I escape with spooky?
Sure. In this case, why not? It's more your spirit that's in danger than your body.
True. That will be a 12 total.
Would you like to use a minor boon to make it a spotlight success?
Sure.
Cool. Use it up. So that would make it a 13 plus, which is a spotlight success. On an escape from danger, you are going to not die, which is good. You are
That's
also
nice.
going to regain the survivor point that you had to spend to escape from danger. So that's good. I think what happens is as you begin the incantation, the little finger legs start twitching and the little poppet kind of rights itself and starts trying to walk around. It's real creepy and gross. And you are aware, again, we kind of pull back and we can see those ring cameras that Douglas set up, and we can see some kind of figure flowing in through the cracked window, like a horde of moths forming this large towering figure that seems to be like fighting against some sort of wind or some sort of resistance to come closer to you. It's clear that you're in the zone and Raven doesn't recognize that there's this big towering figure right over you, but you bring down your ritual dagger straight into that poppet. The little fingers fly off, the candles gutter, and the camera sees, but you do not, that giant looming figure, just as it was about to put its hands around your neck or maybe into you to possess you, just burst into a horde of moths that fly up and out. And it feels like the curse is broken. Now you just have some bodies to explain, which I'm sure means you're not going to be put away as a double murderer.
Yeah,
But that's fine. I think we see you waiting out at the dock as the boat approaches in the morning. I think we probably get a montage of you explaining, making some story up for the local authorities about what happened to your friends. What is I will, just as a hint, because we're going to do the montages last, but we do see a newspaper. Missing filmmaker found 20 years later. Was she living on the island that entire time? And you can't be blamed for AB's murder because AB died of anaphylactic shock from eating moths. So maybe the authorities assume that the crazy filmmaker who's been hiding out on this island is the one who murdered Douglas. So if you would like to get away scot-free, you certainly may.
I certainly would.
Cool. All right. Well, the little credits or pre-credits roll happens. We wrap it up. We see Raven, returning back to her relatively normal life, changed forever by her experience on Moth Island. Let's do our final montage as kind of interspersed among the credits as we relive the final moments and thoughts of those who died, and then the survivor montage from Raven. Let's start with Douglas, the first to die, gets to be the first one to do the closing montage.
Yeah, I think so. Is this? Let me see. I think what you see for Douglas is not like final words or anything, but I think that what we see is we see Raven like opening up, like going through Douglas's like locker at school. Like they were like, "Hey, you got to clear this out," and then you find a letter along with like another one of those like noisemakers, and it was like an apology letter that he had, and he had written it like a long time ago. Like the paper is kind of like old and yellowed, and it was something that he like clearly just never had the like worked up the nerve to send to Raven. But mostly like everything was just about like, hey, he's sorry about how it all happened, and he ended up taking that contrarian kind of streak.
Yeah,
because of
maybe
it,
hints
but he
that
never
you're
really
sorry if you ruined your chance to, oh, what could have
Yeah.
been. Awesome. AB, what was your truth?
So I picked the ambitious
Okay.
one, like
We could have
right
picked
as we
pawn. You
started.
kind of wound up being pawn by accident, but
I
ambitious
mean,
works too.
I didn't really have one, and like we were starting, so I picked whatever was less whatever.
Yeah. So how did you become famous in death? What montage do we see that reflects that AB became famous or infamous in death?
So basically, how there's like PSAs of like don't do drugs, kids. There's now like a PSA of make sure if you have friends, don't try to set them up on spooky horror dates or whatever without being prepared with medication and everything. Because, sometimes it ends up in a romantic love story, but sometimes you just end up as a really sad person who dies by eating moths alone while your friends are out there being together.
Yes.
And you learn that when you're third wheeling, you're not actually happy. And maybe that's why this person decided to eat some moths. Who knows? But listen up, kids. Remember, love is love. But also, don't eat moths. Or
Right.
hook your friends up. Or try to hook your friends up on a spooky date. Be
Yeah.
safe out there.
And I think the owners of the Airbnb come up with a new myth that there's a lonely heart ghost that is a little bit spooky, but it's a great place for couples and honeymooners who are kind of into the paranormal to come, because if they're extra smoochy, sometimes the lonely heart ghost will manifest. Oh, you guys, you're so cute. It's a little bit gross because when she talks, moths fly out of her mouth. But other than that, it's a perfectly friendly ghost. Cool.
100%.
All right. Well, Raven, as the sole survivor. And what was your
Yes.
truth?
Truth was the lover.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and my love super died.
Super dead.
For sure. Super dead. So I assume throughout the credits there's also a series of here's the cut of the whole school holding a vigil for the two friends of their friend group who are gone, and here's sad funeral times, and here's sad graduation, and so on. I assume it's one of those things where it's like the scene cuts around, but Raven's like standing the same, like super depressed, but it's like extra emo clothes.
Yes.
The most. A whole veil and everything. Maybe not entirely necessary, considering they weren't even dating, says everybody. But
so how does it impact your character? Like what's the closing scene that we see that reflects the long-term change in your character?
I'd say probably I don't know exactly where to. I assume it's like flash forward to like definitely adult, graduated, is like teaching somewhere, like actually like teaching not at like a school or anything, but like at like witchcraft course kind of thing, like teaching you the occult and how to sense things and stuff like that. still has the creepy hair locket, and it's all like you can still use these things to sense others, and your connection with others can even expand to their very soul, and then it's like starts a creepy seance to
Yeah,
call
or
Douglas's spirit.
we see you,
Yeah.
kissing that
Yeah.
lock of hair, and then we hear Raven, and then like maybe a ghostly hand appears on
Yeah.
your shoulder, and you
Exactly.
smile,
We're doing
only slightly mad in the eyes.
yeah. It's fine and normal.
Don't tell the kids what's down in the basement, and everything's fine. Cool. Awesome. Well, we had a survivor, which is great. That's not although the game is called Survive, it is not guaranteed that anyone will live. And y'all did very well considering we only started with two survivor and 2 sanity points. I mean, y'all had already, this was like what, your 7th investigation. It's a wonder you made it this long. And Douglas and Raven are together in the afterlife, or sort of, one of them's in the afterlife, and AB is a famous ghost. Yay, you all win. Congratulations. All right, well, this has been Survive, our own little custom game made for this channel because we like the kind of schlocky horror movies. Let us say goodbye to our friends on YouTube and tell people who you are and where they can find you. Misha, let's start with you.
Yep, I'm Misha_less_3 here on Twitch. Not that I stream. You can usually find me at the Justice TV program. And maybe here again. Hopefully we'll have 1 or 2 more spooky games upcoming in the next few weeks. So yeah. Sin.
Hi, I'm Sin or Sinful__potato here on this Twitch channel and other Twitch channels. I stream throughout the month of November. I am going to attempt to stream at a daily schedule to make little crochet creatures because in December I am tabling at a local market to sell said crochet creatures, so
Oh, cool.
I thought that would be fun thing to do. I'll maybe be back here for more TTRPG stuff. So yeah, that's me, Chef.
Everybody, I'm Chev. You can find me on the internet at Chevansy or Chevonk, where on Tuesdays and Saturdays I play a card game and listen to music and have some cat cam, and mostly just try to have a chill, cozy time with this cat who is just out of frame and is mad at me because she is trying to take up the entire desk and doesn't like that I need to use the desk. Anyway, if any of that sounds awesome, come hang out. We would love to have you. Otherwise, I'm just in people's text chats, chatting or moderating. So I'll probably see you all around. And that's
Awesome.
it for me.
Thank you. And I've been Zero Daylight. Obviously, you can check out, if you're watching this later on YouTube, we stream live over on Twitch. Now that, it's kind of in between holidays, but we went on a little bit of a hiatus because life got really, really crazy. But luckily, my travel schedule is finally about to wrap up. I only have one more trip across the pond coming up next week, and then I'm in place for a good long while, with the exception of brief trips for holidays. So hopefully we'll get back in the groove. Look to start putting more of the kind of, fun little one-shots of Call of Cthulhu or this game, or we've still got a big, long, interconnected zombie apocalypse story to advance. And then there is a lengthy list of all the fantastic TTRPGs. We've only done like 50 different games. There's so more to do, and they do keep coming out with them. So I think my collection has grown by a good half dozen since the last time we played. So more will be on the list. If you want to hang out with us and chat with a really cool community of TTRPG nerds, share your dice porn and your cool, book envy stuff, and promote fun things that you found, go ahead and come hang out at our Discord. And yeah, let's say goodbye to our friends on YouTube, and then we'll come back here and raid out. Sounds good? All right. Bye, YouTube.